Greetings, everybody, and welcome. We are playing Legacies of Caine. It's a Vampire the Masquerade RPG show. Yep. We are pretty far into the story, if you've missed a lot of it. The overarching storyline is our group of characters have assembled 3 chalices. Over the course of their adventures, they've managed to get them. And made some friends, enemies along the way, etc., etc. Had some side quests, had some main quest things. Regardless, though, these chalices reveal a part of a map that has led them to Cairo, which they're trying to get information from various individuals within Cairo. They have managed to now communicate with a True Brujah that has been in Cairo and a Assamite that's in Cairo in attempts to make some kind of deals. And that's kind of where we left off, deals within Cairo. Why don't we kind of pop into how everybody's feeling about everything's going on? We're going to start with... We'll do Nathan first. Nathan, how's things going with the adventures in Cairo so far?
Oh, this is actually feeling great, because I don't actually have to do anything for the stuff that the people we're talking to want. Aside from just ask somebody else if they can take care of it, and they're going to get back to me. So... this is amazing, because I don't have to go and, like, steal an ape from a zoo, or burgle a Tremere chantry, or kill somebody, or anything. I'm just a go-between, and that is where I am most comfortable.
How about Emil? How's Emil going?
Yeah, Emil's doing great too. He doesn't have to do anything. Nathan does all the talking. I just stand in the background.
Mm-hmm.
You're there to look pretty.
Mm-hmm. Look pretty for me.
I'm there to look buff.
Look buff
You
for
can
me.
be pretty and buff.
That's true.
Yeah. But I'm
No,
also
you
kind
check
of...
those boxes.
Okay, maybe I should say I'm there to look gruff.
Okay. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we do have Dawn.
See, Dawn thinks this is terrible. She doesn't give a smash shit. She has to talk to people she doesn't know, therefore she doesn't particularly like yet. They make her incredibly nervous, and she'd rather she was just told to go beat someone up. It'd be much easier.
I mean, I can understand that.
Easier maybe, less boring and less complicated, definitely.
Yeah.
Because remember, one of the things that we might end up having to deal with are the charcoal, twisty two-steppers.
There's always a different name for them, always. It's impressive at this point that it's still happening. Honestly, I am thoroughly impressed.
You keep coming up with them. It's a skill.
They don't stop. Oh.
Anyway.
Yeah, I don't want to fight them, is the short version of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you learned a few things. Ryan discovered some of the things of what's going on in Cairo as a supernatural city, and looked into the ley lines of Cairo. Found a few things out. Nothing particularly helpful, just because a lot of the groups are pretty dangerous, especially on the werewolf side. Apparently the 3 groups that are there, which he's sort of on the good ends with one of them.
Ryan's on good terms with one of them.
Yes, that's what I mean, though I can of course say it really badly. And then of course you had meetings with 2 major figures, with Antara ibn Shaddad im Abar, who hopes to bring over a group of Assamites under him into the Camarilla, a shard of the Assamites. And of course, you met with a True Brujah elder. Let me get the right one.
al-mutaqim.
Yeah, al-mutaqim, who apparently is the sibling of al-muntathir, who is the sire down the line of Dawn, so to say.
I don't like family gatherings.
Yeah. Because his
Don't
child
blame
is Sylvester Senior, and below him is or Sylvester the Older, and below him is Sylvester the Younger, who is your sire.
And also an asshole.
Mhm.
Sylvester the Younger is an asshole, yes. Sylvester the Older is dangerous to you because you realized he was Tal Mahera, True Black Hand, which could be dangerous for you. I think that's about everything we managed to figure out last time. Unless I'm forgetting.
We also know that there's a pit of obsidian curly Q foxtrotters.
It was a
We
good
also
one.
learned that there's some dissent in the Camarilla.
Yes, the Camarilla is having some trouble nowadays. A large group of the Brujah have effectively gone legitimately with the Anarchs, rather than just effectively the Brujah being a Camarilla clan and allowing, if some of their younger members are the Anarchs, whatever, the Anarchs are under that. But now they've legitimized the Anarchs in a way that they hadn't up till now, and then the Gangrel have just wandered off themselves. A good chunk of them. For, I don't know, no one knows what reason. Mm-hmm.
This is fine.
You also have heard there has been a shake-up within the followers of Set, at least in the newer members. So you get a feeling that if you would meet with the ones here, probably not going to get much of that shake-up. But like with the newer members, see if you would encounter those. Hard to say. Yep. That's kind of where we are at.
There's also some discrepancies in the Assamites.
Well, the Assamite, they're having their
They
kind of
want-
like...
They want to join the Camarilla.
Yeah, like a chunk of them want to join the Camarilla because of, well, various issues that apparently are going on. Long story short, an elder, like, pretty much a 4th gen woke up and was like, you guys are not being strict enough. Here's how the rules should be interpreted. And the newer people were like, including many of the elders, were like, you haven't been doing it that way. It's worked for us the other way. And this is like, you know, a little too strict. We're gonna maybe go over here.
So things have sort of changed in the last few thousand years.
Yeah. Since you've been awoke, things have kind of gone a different way. You know, yes, yes, we can understand that things can be interpreted that way, but we're kind of good on the interpretation we have. It's like, though this is technically just the teachings of the, you know, the person in charge of the clan, you have to think of it as like, modern day, a very important person shows up and is like, you know, for, let's say, Christianity, he's like, hey, the way we did things 1,000 years ago, we should do it now again. It wouldn't really fly. Though if you have
Hey,
enough,
how about those witch hunts?
yeah, those you have enough power to like show it off and do whatever might help. Other little things that were from an earlier episode to remember, there is also a very powerful Cappadocian here, Angelique, in town.
Yeah. And she's a necromancer and is allowed to stay because she's basically threatening to the Giovanni to make sure they stay out of Cairo.
Yeah. She's threatening those that live here to be like, keep the Giovanni out, or else I'm going to summon the dead. But if you're happy with me here, I'll keep the dead at bay.
Oh, classic.
Man, I kind of want to go talk to her.
Yeah, I also a little afraid.
But I mean, she's 5th gen, so she might actually know stuff about the first city. And she might even be able to, like, talk to dead things and tell us about the first city.
Probably also want things from what we know.
Well, yes.
And probably also be able to force us to tell her without her giving anything in return.
Yeah. like I said, I kinda want to talk to her.
Yeah, it's not a perfect plan yet. You know, it's just some morbid curiosity.
Yeah.
Very well.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right. So, I think at the moment our plan is to wait around until we hear back from Helena on either the Brujah or the Assamite thing, and also wait to hear back from the Brujah, who said he'd be able to get us something in 2 weeks.
Yes, because the idea is, because the Brujah have basically had a power vacuum in the Camarilla, you offered effectively a member of the True Brujah replacement on the council to keep their wayward clan in line. Their wayward kin.
Yep.
Which, is both a great and awful idea. So.
Yeah.
Alright. If you don't want to do anything in the meantime, we can kind of fast forward a little bit here. And you will hear back from Helena. She will let you know she's sending someone to Cairo to meet with you directly.
Oh. Okay.
That's scary.
Great. With regard to which of the two issues, or both?
Everything that's going on.
Oh, lovely. Am I already familiar with them, or will this be someone that I need to identify?
They'll be accompanied by someone you know.
Ah. Okay.
Just be ready. And that'll be the kind of message that will be left by her.
Okay.
So, it will be a couple of...
Any further information about ley lines? Or
unfortunately, the nature of the ley lines of the city, Ryan's attempts will be... He'll know where the 3 main connection points are in the city.
Okay.
The only thing I can say to you is it might be some kind of mild crossover or kind of secondary site that would be less important and therefore wouldn't have been manipulated by the various entities that would have come into the city. That's what it seems like to me. It seems like the 2 cairns and the pit, former cairn, seem to be the places that are the main points of it. I got general ideas of kind of where things are, but unfortunately it's still over quite a period of space, and I don't think if I push in too much it'll be really great for me. I could probably get in with the with bone gnawers, as I said, and get into their cairn, and the one under the glasswalkers could possibly too also. Just because we got our mutual friend, and,
Okay.
Mr. McDowell. God, my brain farts are continuing from earlier today. It's okay. At least I have papers in front of me, too, remember.
And what else did you learn about Endron and the pipeline?
Unfortunately, I don't know. Seems like their businesses are kind of well kept, and I'm not in a position to kind of infiltrate it. I've talked to one of my rebel cells that are connected into the area, and they're trying to get me some information. They haven't found anything yet.
Awesome. Thank you very kindly, Ryan.
Sure. All right. So you are expected to head to the Cairo airport in a day to meet with someone. Who's coming in? All right. Let me see here to make sure I've got the right poison. Alright.
Is it bad that I'm really hoping that I'm going to have a horrible stench enter my nose when I get there?
Oh.
Samuel.
Yeah, he does bring that stench along with him.
Mm-hmm.
I'll never unsmell it, quite frankly.
I'll never quite get the scent out of my car.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't think my nose has a grown
How
back
that
yet.
smell is?
Yep.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's even the ones he has never been in. It's really quite impressive.
Yeah.
Alright. Okay.
Ooh, we should probably talk to Nasty Beef and let him know that we're expecting someone.
Good old nasty beef.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Sorry, Nosh Tina Beth.
Mm-hmm. I was informed ahead of time. Thank you, though.
Excellent.
Okay. What? Just checking short from here. Okay. Good. Excellent. All right. So, a private plane will come in, and like dead of night, pure midnight when it arrives, and you will see, first off, coming out, kind of like looking around with a sneer on his face, is a familiar-looking face, Federico de Padua.
Okay.
Behind him is obviously another Nosferatu man. His face is almost kind of squeezed forward and almost kind of like a bird-like fashion, giving him almost a kind of beak.
Ooh.
So, where is the people you talk about? These them? You can do the Vampire Society check if you want to know who this person is.
Woohoo!
Here?
Is that intelligence politics?
Yes, intelligence politics.
Woohoo!
All right, you do know who this is. This is a former Nosferatu Justicar. This is Cock.
Oh.
He's known as Cock Robin. Mm-hmm.
I bet he is.
Mm-hmm. He got that name for certain reasons. Mm-hmm. Perhaps the entire like bird-like features of himself.
Does he do a lot of cock robins?
You never know.
Only when he's hungry.
Oh.
Do not be so tense, Federico, my old friend. We have a job to do here. Now come. So, you have found stuff for us now, yes?
Indeed, there appear to be many opportunities in Cairo.
You know that Cock Robin had been a Justicar for about a decade and a half, and it was early 2011, like 2010s, that he was replaced by Molly MacDonald, the current Justicar of the Nosferatu. But he still has pretty much importance within the Vampire Society. And he's a very well-liked elder amongst the Nosferatu. Mm-hmm. He's also got probably a little bit of an English accent. Just a little bit of one. He's from, colonial America.
Huh.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. So, I have brought a representative here of the Camarilla to make sure that if your deals are correct, we can work on them. Now, Federico. Let us see what these young'uns have found for us. Let us start with the first one. You say there is an Assamite that wishes to bring up a coterie of his clan into ours.
Indeed.
As with many of our groups, we never ask for the entire clan to join us, but if a significant number can, it can mean a new seat on the table. Well, lead the way.
All right. I'll go and get in the car or whatever. Hired car, rented car, whatever.
Yep.
And we'll head towards the Banu Yashkura.
Okay. You lead him through the city. The two of them will kind of be in the back seat. Federico just kind of like glaring at you guys the entire time in his normal kind of like, assassin murdery way.
Mm-hmm. Boy, I wish we had telepathy. All right. Well.
You'll eventually arrive. What is your plan now that you've arrived in the area?
Go to the same place we went before.
Mm-hmm. To the mosque.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And politely knock on the door.
Yes, what is it? You've been here before, white man.
I have. I am, in fact, looking for the same figure I found before.
The one you seek is not here right now. If you wish, I can contact them.
I would appreciate it.
Then wait here. You could have prepared this ahead of time, young'un. But again, mistakes for the youth.
Indeed.
Yes. The assassins will be around us soon. Do not worry. If they come and wish for blood, it will be theirs that will be spilled. Yep. After a while, the man will return. You there, white man. Yes.
I look at the other, presumably 2 white men. Or 3.
I know. He'll throw you a piece of paper. Go. Go to there. You will have your meeting there. We are busy now.
Thank you kindly. Have a wonderful evening.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Where are we going?
You're going to another section of the district, and you're going to actually what appears to be a restaurant that's open up late. It still seems to be kind of like on the back end of being opened. Nothing like a bar attached to that. There's probably nightclubs in town for modern day city and stuff, but this is just like it's got like some music on the background, if you're smelling, it's got like a very like fresh, very, very much so like of the region's cuisine, I am not sure how to classify Egyptian cuisine. I don't know if it's particularly another cuisine or it's its own thing. I'm going to say that because no one ever talks about it, and I'm curious now. Egyptian cuisine. All right.
It's kind of Mediterranean.
It's Mediterranean.
Yeah, Eastern Mediterranean region. Yeah.
Yep.
Stories with the Eastern Mediterranean region.
Okay. Such dishes as full mesdames, mashed fava beans, kushari.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Or molokhia, which is chopped and cooked brush okra with garlic and coriander sauce. I don't know what brush okra is, bush okra, but it's a thing. Oh, and the tea drinkers in Egypt. Good to know. It's a national drink. Anyway, yeah, it's a place. There'll be a couple of like tough-looking people that are kind of at the door, and they're kind of like will kind of look at you, and then one of them will be kind of like nod.
Hello?
He'll kind of like do like a head thing, like, you know. I just gonna stand there.
We're here for a meeting. Is there anything obvious in the direction he
The
gestured?
door, they're like standing on either side of the door.
Okay. In we go then.
You'll see a number of individuals enjoying some meals here, and in the back, a table that has nothing on it except for like a couple of one what looks to be a glass of tea with one man, next to of course Anatara ibn Shaddad ibn Ammar, kind of sitting in the middle. The one man is like looks to be like a little older, probably in his 50s, kind of grizzled, scarred up, and is drinking the tea, kind of like staring at you in a way. And there are two other men to the other side of him, kind of circling the table, as he's kind of like directly across from you as you're kind of approaching. Who
Okay.
all of them are kind of glancing at you. Nathan, my friend. Or at least I hope, my friend. What brings you here? Why did you need to contact me?
I was under the impression you were interested in joining the Camarilla.
You did not say in your message. He did not have to. Hello. I am Cock Robin, representative of the Camarilla, here to meet with you. And they'll get down into a meeting. Do you want to do anything during this meeting as they kind of go into this, or just want to hang around?
Are there enough spots at the table for the three of us as well?
No. Cock Robin probably is a place to sit down.
Okay.
Federico will hover behind him, and there's no other
Okay.
place to sit down.
All right. Are the two guards also kind of hovering,
Oh, the two people at the door?
or are they?
They stay at the door.
No, the two other men at the table.
Well, there are three men. One drinking tea, and two others that are not doing anything and just sitting there. All of them are just kind of staring, maybe like watching all of you. Kind of like moving from you, the next one, kind of back and forth that way.
All right.
You'll hear some laughing from another table as a bunch of men that are enjoying food are kind of over there. You'll see it's kind of got the cook area open, so it's kind of got like a sitting bar You know, like, so you could sit and eat food kind of thing like that, you know? So there's some seats over there, if you wanted to.
Okay. Can I hear generally what they're talking about?
Let's see here.
Because I am kind of interested in the politics.
Mm-hmm. They're actually gonna switch into, it sounds like, French.
Well, nuggets.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'll kind of lean over towards De Padua. Do you require us for anything? Or...
You will wait for this to be done, and then you will take us to the next place.
Well, the next place won't be available for a bit.
Then I would suggest contacting whoever you need to, and arrange things as soon as possible.
The gentleman said to return in 2 weeks, which was about a week and a half ago. So it'll be another few days.
Then make arrangements for a place for us to stay.
Very well.
Right. The meeting will continue for a few hours. You'll definitely see the men that were eating finish up, and then they will kind of all just like kind of sit around. They're going to be speaking to each other in Egyptian, and definitely you get the feeling very easily that they're keeping an eye on you.
Keeping an eye on.
Yeah, on you guys. You'll notice that the two tables, they all have like these interesting tattoos on their necks on the one side.
Does the tattoo look like the one from way, way, way back that was on the side of the car at the college museum?
Oh,
No.
Okay.
oh, thank God.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in that case, do I recognize the tattoo?
Let's see here. You might not. Why don't you give me a check? Same kind of check, we'll say.
Difficulty?
I'll say for this one, it will be difficulty 8.
8.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Okay.
Stop having connection to server. Oh, there it goes. It has not popped up for me. That's weird.
I got 2 1s and an 8.
Oh, there it goes. Botched. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. They seem to be some kind of unusual, like, maybe gang tattoo.
Okay.
You're pretty sure that's probably what it is?
All right.
It's a very weird one and intricate, but again, like, you're not familiar with Middle Eastern gangs, so, you know.
Not even a little.
Nope. So, you get to enjoy hanging around just for a while, and after the time period,
I mean, I'll try and figure out a place for them to stay.
Okay.
So I guess call the office of Nasty Beef and say we've got the 2 people are here. They'll need to be here for a couple of days. Would you prefer they stay in your area, or I believe there was a Nosferatu region as well?
Stay wherever you wish for them to stay, but I will like to have a meeting with them at some point in time. Not for them to introduce themselves necessarily, but we here in the city do stay on good terms with their group, and it might be good to have a meeting particularly. Ask them
Very
if it
well.
would be possible while they're in town.
Will do. Do you have any recommendations for lodgings near your or reasonably close to your office?
No. Hang up.
Helpful.
Wow.
It won't be quite so rude. It'll be like, no, have a good night, and then hang up. You know.
All right.
So it'll be
Well,
only
then-
sort of rude, not completely rude.
Okay. I will, I guess, search for a nice hotel near where we're staying.
Oh yeah, you're staying in a nice hotel. You can get like a room
Get a
there,
room.
probably. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Probably two.
Mm-hmm.
Probably two.
Yeah.
Maybe next to each other. You know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Because you know Federico is still the Archon for the Nosferatu clan, so most likely the current Justicar sent Cock Robin along with him here.
That would make sense.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, their meeting will conclude, and Cock Robin will kind of come up to you. So, you found a lodging for us. I was told that our next meeting would have to wait a few days.
Indeed.
Great, let's go.
All right. Off we go.
All right. He will, you'll lead them to the place, and you'll, settle in for the evening. All right. Day will pass. Or night will pass, day will come. Are you going to do anything with them in the next couple of days, or just let them to there while you wait for the next, big meeting to occur?
Well, the head of the Ventru clan has asked to meet with them, so I'll bring that up. Probably the next evening.
Yes. And the prince would also like to meet with them, too.
Ah!
Mm-hmm. Yep. You will get a message from both of those that, you know. So.
Okay. I did talk to the Ventru guy.
Yep.
the
But
previous
I
night.
had to remember that the prince would send you a message about meeting with them at some point in time, too.
Got it.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Just because the Ventru are the closest and probably act as a general go-between with the Camarilla most of the time. Those were the Toreador, who are the newest arrivals in the city, having arrived from Napoleon. Oh, jeez. So, you'll arrange for the various meetings to have over the next couple of nights. It'll kind of be the similar. You'll be led to places where you guys get to sit around while meetings occur. The meeting with the Ventru of here seems very cut forward, cut and dry. Less about them being directly involved in the Camarilla and what's going on, and more about like ensuring that the balance within the city doesn't change. They're doing things like asking, like, if there is someone from here that is joining your group, they prefer them to not be within the city directly, and to keep the city as a neutral territory technically, and to ensure that. And Mukhtar Bey himself will have something similar to say, but Mukhtar Bey will also, at least seemingly, give some respect a little bit more. Like the Ventru, it was very cut and dry business. It wasn't about respect. It wasn't about the, fact of like,
The status of the different people.
the status. It was more about the business of what's going on in the town here.
That makes sense.
While Mukhtar Bey was definitely trying to keep things a little bit more formal, I'd say, in a way. It's still about the same business, but there's a formality about it that you definitely can sense with the meeting that was going on. So,
All right.
So, eventually, though, you will be contacted by al-mutaqim. A messenger will arrive and be like, "Your presence is requested at this location."
Alrighty.
All right. It will be an old graveyard in Banu al-Arreya. It's like an old Christian graveyard that has some dates back to like the Roman times when they controlled Egypt and when Catholicism spread through Rome.
All right. John, I'm going to apologize in advance for the family awkwardness.
Oh. Yep. Okay. This is gonna be fine.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be fine.
Alrighty.
Okay.
All right. So you will arrive, and of course you will see al-mutaqim, who is a kind of like a man who looks to be like in his early 40s. You know, he's kind of got like a kind of grizzled look to his face. Kind of, he has like very like decently fine clothes, but it was kind of like his hair is just a little disheveled. You know, it just remains. And next to him is a man that looks just parley sickly. In the slight lights here of it, it looks as though like his skin is this like kind of pallid, kind of white. And when you look at his eyes, they just seem also kind of pallid, with this unsettling mixture of like a kind of dark brown and kind of bluish tint to them.
Okay.
And he actually has this kind of like, it looks like to be almost like a modernized or upscaled version of what looks to be like would have been like tribal, classical tribal Arabic outfit, with kind of like some stylization on it that makes it look like very appropriate and like and classy, I would say. But without speaking, he's gonna come straight up to you, Dawn, and kind of grab you by the face and like kind of look you over, just like kind of squeezing your cheeks.
Dawn is like panic looking at Nathan and Emil.
The man is like, as I said, he is absolutely pallor. He kind of like just looks sickly, almost like he like all like the blood would have drained from him completely, kind of thing.
Except that he's a vampire, so he couldn't quite.
And like it's a weird pallidness because you can still tell like there should be like a darkness to his skin. He's an Arab, but like it's just like an unnatural like pallidness, even for especially Mulder. Yeah,
Weird.
he was very pale and very weirdly pallid for an Arab in life, let alone in death.
All right.
He's gonna look over you very carefully, kind of like grumbling to himself a couple of times and like muttering under his breath for a little bit, as the other one will al-mutaqim will apologies, dear guests, but my brother here has first some business to do. Then we can turn down to your formal business. I have to roll something.
Oh no, he's doing vampire things while squishing my cheeks like a grandma.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's doing it one-handed, you know, so he's got like your like the mouth kind of squished together like this.
Oh,
like...
it's definitely a grandma. That's the grandma hold.
Let us see what he's got.
How are her teeth? Because that'll determine her price in the market.
Oh, that's Dawn's thing. Her teeth are like terrible. She's got terrible vampire teeth.
Mm-hmm. What's your willpower? Your current willpower points?
My willpower points 1, 2, 3, 5.
All right, he's good. A voice will be in your mind then.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Child. Do you know who I am? Have you been taught anything, child?
It depends on the subject. As Dawn is, she's saying it out loud as her face is being squished.
Mm-hmm.
What depends on the subject?
Oh, we'll have a conversation, don't worry.
Oh.
Open your mind to me, child.
How? I mean, you're already in here.
Uh-huh. Yep. Let me know everything.
Everything?
Let me see what you know.
What? Just...
Do not resist me, child.
Oh. I don't know if this is a good idea. But we'll see. And Dawn's just not gonna resist anything.
Okay. Alright. It's almost like flashes, as if like you can feel something probing into your mind, as like he seems to like be looking for stuff, for reading for stuff. It just seems seconds that everybody sees him with Dawn, and then he just will like throw his hands off, kind of pushing her away, and kind of, and then mutter something under his breath in Arabic.
I did wonder if you wanted to see everything. That is a fair reaction to some of the stuff in there.
Mm-hmm. You feel like weirded out because it's only been like probably like a few seconds, but like it's felt like forever for a second, as if like you just relived your past for a bit.
This was some cockroach shit. That's what that was. Fuck hell.
Are you satisfied, brother? For now. Sylvester. I should have been careful with him. Bastards such as yourself should not have been created, but here you are. Ugh.
Ugh.
To business, though, brother. You have a speaking to do with the man. I will wait for my turn again. She still has questions to answer for me. Forgiveness, our honored guests. So, it seems as though we were offered a deal from your friends here, and we were hoping to negotiate it. Yes. Seems a deal was offered, of some kind, and we do have to negotiate it. Let us see what we can do. And I think we're going to take our first break here as the deal's negotiated.
Yay!
And, someone used telepathy and mind reading on Dawn.
Yep.
Yep. That's great.
Him. He was warned that he would not like it.
Probably less like things you've done not like, and more like, your origin not like,
Yeah.
kind of an embarrassment to, like, you know, create someone and leave them completely to their own devices. Especially on a group that tends to have few numbers and be very smart about their choices in embracing people. But, you know, that happens when you get, like, you know, playboy jerk that got embraced. Hence why the unhappiness with Sylvester the Older. And especially unhappiness with Sylvester the Younger. But we will take our first break here. We're gonna go and grab drinks, snacks, bathroom break, anything like that you need to grab, we'll grab it. We'll be back in a little bit there to continue the adventures and to figure out what's going on here, how this meeting with the True Brujah folks will go, and how things are gonna go with Dawn afterwards.
Yeah.
Because someone's got questions that, rather than just reading what happened in your mind, probably getting actual answers from you might be good too. Because seeing stuff in your mind is more than just, you know, knowing what that means. That's a good way of saying it. So, we'll see you in a few minutes, folks.
Yeah.